The 2018 Winter Olympics are being held in Pyeongchang, South Korea, from February 9, 2018, the 9th of February 18, to February 25, 2018, February 25, 18. Sports include figure skating, alpine skiing, bobsledding, curling, snowboarding and ice hockey. Here is the updated medal count. Instead of waiting for his turn for this Olympic shootout, T.J. Oshie was sitting at home along with the rest of the NHL. 4 years after his shootout heroics in Sochi, Oshie could only watch helplessly halfway around the world as Chris Bourque, Ryan Donato, Mark Arcobello, Troy Terry and Bobby Butler got their chances against the Czech Republic with a berth in the semifinals on the line. And it was Ryan Zapolsky in net instead of Jonathan Quick, who was back in North America on the bench for the Los Angeles Kings' 60th game in an NHL regular season that rolled on right through the Olympics. Little-known Czech Republic goaltender Pavel Francouz stopped all 5 Americans in the shootout, and Petr Kokel scored as the United States was eliminated with a 3-2 loss Wednesday in the quarter-finals. Francouz did his best impression of legendary countryman Dominik Hasek, though Donato also had him beat and lost the puck. Gone by a matter of inches was a chance to knot the shootout at 1-1. And now the Americans will head home while the Czechs get a semifinal game against either Norway or the powerhouse Russians. It always comes down to the smallest plays, and I think at the end of the day you've got to be able to capitalize on those plays to win a game, said Donato, who scored his 5th goal of the tournament in regulation. It didn't go the way I wanted it to and we wanted it to. But it comes down to those things. Quote, the memorable U.S. win over Russia in the Sochi shootout came in group play and had far less at stake. The U.S. reached the semifinals that time by beating an outmanned Czech Republic team 5-2 on goals by James Van Riemsdyk, Dustin Brown, David Backes, Zach Parise and Phil Kessel. Had the NHL gone to South Korea, the U.S. team likely would have overflowed with talented players such as Austin Matthews, Johnny Gaudreau, Patrick Kane, Jack Eichel, Shane Gostisbehere and Seth Jones. This team had the best young talent it could select in Terry Donato and fellow college player Jordan Greenway. I think the players that were here did a phenomenal job. Coach and former NHL player Tony Granato said, it was a team that was built to represent our country the way it was represented. Play hard. Compete. Leave it all on the ice. Represent us that way. We did that. So we have a lot to be proud of. Quote, Vonn wins bronze. Lindsey Vonn knew that the bronze medal she earned Wednesday came in her final Olympic downhill, the signature event of her singular career. She knew that. But she didn't have an easy time processing it. That's why the words probably and most likely kept slipping into her sentences. Why she marked the occasion by posing with dozens of folks for a group photo near the finish line. Why she engaged in a series of warm, lengthy hugs with her sisters, with U.S. coaches, with the winner, her good friend Sofia Gaggia of Italy, with the runner-up, Ragnhild Mowinckel of Norway, with, seemingly, anyone she could grab a hold of. I wish I could keep going. I wish this wasn't my last Olympics. But it is, Vonn said, looking down at the snow underfoot and shaking her head. So I'm trying to accept that and deal with the emotions of that and enjoy the ride. Quote, Gaggia finished in 1 minute, 39.22 seconds. Just 0.09 seconds faster than Mowinckel. Vonn was 0.47 seconds off Gaggia's pace. I came here with 1 goal. to beat Lindsey. Gaggia said. Yes. For years now, Vonn has been the standard by which all other female ski racers are judged, and judge themselves. And as much as ski racing has meant to Vonn, and as much as Vonn has meant to her sport, she knows that this is, indeed, goodbye. She is 33, the oldest woman to ever win an alpine medal at a Winter Games. Vonn's total of 3 includes downhill gold and Super G bronze at Vancouver in 2010. The American wasn't at Sochi in 2014. Instead, on the couch, watching, she said. After 2 operations to repair torn ligaments in her right knee, she's endured a lengthy list of injuries. It's taken its toll. And that's why I can't keep ski racing. You know, she said with a sigh. I think my injuries made me stronger. I do. Because I wouldn't be the same person that I am today. When you're young, you ski and you win and you don't appreciate things. I've been in the fence so many times. I know so many doctors on a first-name basis that it's ridiculous. Quote, all of the rehabbing, all of the recoveries, all worth it. Every single meal she's eaten for the last 2 years is to build up to this moment. Every single gym workout. You don't realize the amount of every single thing she's done every day for the last 8 years. Has been for this day and that 2 minutes. Said Vonn's sister, Karen Kildo. The emotion of it is kind of overwhelming. Quote, afterward, competitors spoke glowingly about Vonn's influence and legacy. 5th place finisher Alice McKennis of the U.S. praised Vonn's day-to-day perseverance. Quote, Gaggia, who got advice from Vonn over coffee in Colorado a few months ago, said, she is the greatest, and she had a wonderful career, and she is still having. Because it's not over. Quote, it is not. Vonn will compete again Thursday, taking on U.S. teammate Michaela Schifrin in the Alpine combined. And then comes the return to the World Cup circuit and Vonn's pursuit of Ingemar Stenmark's record of 86 race wins. She has 140 podiums. Me, I have 20. She has 81 victories. I have 5. With this, Gaggia said with a laugh. But she's unbelievable. Quote, under a bright sun and on a course that was not very steep. Gaggia was better than anyone at a hill where she beat Vonn in 2 World Cup races last March. This time, Gaggia was not great at the outset, nearly fell backward while landing a jump midway through, then was terrific on the final third of the course. When her run ended, she shrugged. I knew I had a competitive time. But I didn't know if it would be enough for gold. Gaggia said. You've seen me more excited after a third-place World Cup finish. Quote, Vonn went 2 racers later, the 7th starter overall, and kept losing ground throughout. I just saw the middle part of the run, where I was standing. It was just a little tentative, a little uncharacteristic, not quite charging. Coach Chris Knight said. Knight thought that knowing this would be the close of Vonn's Olympic downhill career informed her performance. Realistically speaking, it has to play on your mind. He said, you've got one chance. Quote, when Vonn crossed the line, she put her head back, spread her arms wide, then jutted an index finger toward her pal. Gaggia exhaled. We saw each other and she pointed at me. Like, you again. Gaggia said. Vonn looked skyward and blew kisses in the air. A tribute to her grandfather, who passed away last year. I wanted desperately to win for him today. She said. I wish he was here. I wish he could have watched me. But I think he still is. Quote, if a screenwriter might have opted to let Vonn leave the scene with a medal of a different hue. She sounded at peace with the result. The time spent in hospitals, the wait to get back on this stage, helped make the meaning clear. Today, she said, bronze. to me, feels like gold. Quote,